back to my channel. Aimee here. It is Friday, July 5th, so welcome to the first day of SummerWeen. So I have picked 2 books so far. I'm not sure where this vlog is going to go with books, because it's a week-long vlog and who knows what I'll be able to get to read. So I went ahead and I picked 2 to start off with because this one came through from my library, the audiobook. I had it on hold for a couple days and then I got a notification yesterday that the new couple in 5B was ready to listen to, so I am going to go ahead and start with that one since I got it from my library. Excuse my appearance. I don't feel like doing makeup today. I'm partly cloudy over here. We had a fun July 4th. Let's just leave it at that. It was a good time. But then I also want to go ahead and read Home is Where the Bodies Are. Y'all have left comments that y'all have read this one and this one is really good. And I've heard that it's really good. So this will be my 5 words in the title and this will be my night sky prompts. So those are the 2 I'm planning on starting with, and like I said, we'll see how this vlog goes. As of right now, I have to head out to Costco for a few things. We have a little light drizzle happening. My camera lens is fogging up. The humidity is unreal, y'all. But yeah, foggy light rain. Y'all, it is hot out there, and I got chicken juice all over my hands when I was trying to put it in the little bag. I usually keep wipes in here, but I must have ran out and didn't put any more back in, so now I'm just have to use my sanitizer. But it feels gross because I wanted to snack on these. These are protein chips. I've been wanting to try them. These are the spicy queso crispy chips. It says it includes chicken breasts, egg whites, and bone broth. So I haven't eaten yet today and it's like almost 3 o'clock. I'm starving. And as you saw in my little clip inside Costco, they had so many people. I did not feel comfortable filming anything, but I picked up the Midnight Feast. It was $16.79. I went ahead and I got The Housemaid by Frida McFadden because, you know, everybody talks about this, and I have yet to read a Frida McFadden, even though I do have one on my shelf, but I have yet to read it. But it was $7.99, so I picked it up. And then this cover has always intrigued me, and it's by Geneva Rose, which I will be reading my first Geneva Rose for this read-a-thon, but this is You Shouldn't Have Come Here, and it was $10.99, so I couldn't pass those up. So there we are. So I am going to make my way back home so I can eat me something. I think I'm shaking. I'm so hungry. Okay.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy, and silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough, I don't wanna feel stuck.
Hey y'all, I'm here for an update. I don't have my tripod, so my hand might shake a little bit and my Snapchat's going off. I am, how many pages in? I got through chapter 7. Trying to do this one-handed. And without my glasses, not quite 100 pages in. I can't tell what number that is without my glasses, but not quite 100 pages. Just below. It looks like it either says 89 or 98. Can't tell. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it. The narrations, it's pretty good. I don't think I've ever heard this narrator before. It's being narrated by a Vivian Lehane, or maybe it's Lane and the H is silent. I don't know. Vivian Lane, maybe. Anyway, she's pretty good. So we're basically following Rosie. Rosie is like a true crime author, and she's only put out one book so far, but she's working on her next book, which she's actually writing about the Windermere apartment building, because it has a very sort of a dark past, or history, I should say. I think there's been murders and just other things that have happened in the past, and they end up actually, her husband Chad actually inherits the Windermere from his uncle. So and this is pretty much all in the synopsis, so her and her husband actually like move in to his his apartment within the Windermere. So yeah, that's kind of up to the point where I'm at. Like, they have moved in, or they're moving in, but there have been some suspicious things that have been occurring just in like these first little 100 pages. It looks like there might be some ghostly things, possibly, not for sure yet, but it's a possibility. It does have a very good creepy vibe, I will give it that, but I am enjoying it so far. I don't want to say too much. Of course, that's, like I said, it's only like about almost 100 pages in to the book, but I just want to give y'all a little update. But everything I told you is pretty much in the synopsis, but there are some just some little tidbits throughout the story. I've been taking notes and writing everything down, so I won't forget all these little breadcrumbs that I feel like might be something for further on in the book. But yeah, so far so good. I am going to call it a night though. It is a little bit after 9 o'clock, being as we stayed up super late last night. I'm going to bed early tonight. I am still currently reading a male romance right now. I'm reading Trouble by Nyla Kay. I'm about 70% into that book, so I'll probably read a little bit more of that before I fall asleep tonight, because I really would like to finish it. I don't want to like put it aside because I'm really into it. I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, so far this one's good as well. And that's about it for today. So day one was not very eventful, but we had some progress. We had some progress, about 100 pages in. So yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow. y'all. Happy day 1, 2, 3, 4 of SummerWeen. It's actually Monday, July 8th. Monday morning, about almost 10 o'clock. Taking a little break from work right now because I just finished The New Couple in 5B by Lisa Unger. It was really, really good. But it wasn't quite a 5-star for me. Like, I'm not sure what was missing, but there was something that's just making it not a 5-star. But 4.5 for sure. There is a lot going on in this book. I have pages of notes on it, and it's pretty much wrapped up at the end. Now, I think what's making it not quite a 5-star is that I feel like I basically knew what was going on. And not that that's a big deal. Sometimes I know what's going on, but yet it still ends up to be a 5-star for me just because the story was just fantastic. Which the story was really good. I loved, there's a lot of elements of surprise in here, and I love the atmosphere of the Windermere and how spooky it was. We have possibly some hauntings happening in the Windermere. The people living in the Windermere have been living there for years, so they're, you know, a lot of older couples, and here come Chad and Rosie, who are the new couple, young couple trying to have a baby kind of thing. She's a writer, he's an actor, or should I say a struggling actor. And things just start to kind of rollerball, and there are things actually that happened in the past that are like, you wonder like, how do they connect to this time here? Because we're also getting entries, I guess, from Willa from 1963. So Willa and her husband Paul moved into the Windermere. They moved into 5B. So apartment 5 was split, and the elder couple that originally owned the apartment split it up and sold the other half. And Paul and Willa came in. Paul was a writer, Willa was an actor or actress. So it's like, okay, is there a connection with them kind of thing? So yeah, just a lot of questions as I'm like reading the story. But yeah, we go back, we have a little bit of a timeline. We go back to 1963 with Willa, and her story was very intriguing as well. And at the end of her story, there's a twist. I was kind of shocked, but then I was like, okay, you know. But all in all, it was very good. I enjoyed it. I pretty much read along and listened to the book all day yesterday. I didn't really do anything yesterday at all. We had yet another pool party on Saturday, and you know, it wasn't supposed to happen. It just kind of happened. So I just wanted to like have a quiet day yesterday and recoup. I didn't really do any vlogging at all this weekend. But anyway, New Couple in 5B, 4.5 stars. I really did enjoy it. Like this is my favorite Lisa Unger, I think, as of so far. Yes, this has pretty much topped all the other things I've read by her. I really did like this one, so if you haven't picked it up yet, I recommend. I'm gonna go ahead and start Home is Where the Bodies Are in just a few minutes. I already downloaded it on my phone. It is on hold with my library for 3 months. 3 months. It was just for like, well, it said 11 weeks the other day, and now it says 3 months, and I'm like, okay, wow. So I went ahead and I used a credit on Audible. This is by Geneva Rose. I love the cover. So yeah, I'm gonna get into it and see how it goes. So this will be my Night Sky. Even though it could also be 5 words in the title, this will be my 5 words in the title. Being as I have the rest of the week to, you know, read more books, I think I can probably get more books in. So we're gonna go ahead and do this one for 5 words or more in the title. So I'm gonna get started on that one here in a minute. But yeah, just want to update y'all on on that and what's been going on over the weekend. So yeah, I will update y'all later once I get into this book.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough, I don't wanna feel the stuck under the rug, all my problems that I shove.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. It's so
Hey y'all, welcome to day 5 of this SummerWeen vlog. It is Tuesday, July 9th. Sorry I didn't get back with y'all yesterday. I finished reading Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose yesterday evening. I had the worst stomach ache ever. If you've been following me for a while, you might know that I have chronic acid reflux, gastritis, a hiatal hernia, all the things. And I was having some pain from my hiatal hernia last night because I ate too spicy. Anyway, besides the point, by the time I got to the ending of the book, my stomach was hurting so bad, even though I was still like shocked at some of the things that were happening at the end. I couldn't go no more. I had to like just lay down and finish the book. Anyway, 5 stars, absolutely loved it. I will say it is a little slow in the beginning, but we're getting to know the siblings, and this just basically the events, like, you know, basically we're getting the synopsis right at the first part of the book. So we meet the 3 siblings, Beth, Nicole, and Michael, and I believe in that order. Beth being the oldest, she stayed like behind, or she stayed at home where she grew up and ended up taking care of her mother on her deathbed, basically. Beginning of the book, her mother dies. The mother's name is Laura. Their father went missing about 7 years ago. His name is Brian. We are going to hear their story throughout the book. We get some like little entries from Laura back in 1999 when these events happened. So, and then we have Nicole. Nicole is our troubling child. She's a drug addict, hasn't really been around much unless she absolutely needs something. And then we have Michael. Michael is the baby of the family, and he basically made a good life for himself. He I believe he's some sort of like, or into IT of some sort. He has, you know, he has a good, it seems like he has a good setup, but he like left home and like never turned back. After their father disappeared those 7 years ago, basically Michael never came back to the house to see about his mother or anything like that. We get a cast of narrators. So I did listen to this and I absolutely loved it. Like I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to stop reading. I didn't want to stop listening. Like I read this in one day. Now, it isn't that long of a book. It is about like 8 hours long. I started this around the time I started work, and then it ended a little while not after like I finished. Like I was non-stop. Like, and good thing yesterday was like mindless work that I could just concentrate on this book. But towards the end, like stuff was just piling up and things were happening, and I was having so many gasping moments. And then we get like a good like wrap up, like a true wrap up at the end, kind of like a what you want to call it, I'm lost for words, a confession of some sorts maybe, I don't know, but so good. Getting to know all the siblings, and let me tell you, like, I hated some of these siblings in the beginning, but as time goes on and we get to know their story and the events that happen behind the scenes kind of thing, you start to realize, okay, well, this is why I don't like these people, or maybe I do like these people, I don't know. So as they're going through, as they're settling the estate of their mom, of their mother, and their father has disappeared with, you know, no trace. They don't know where he's at. We're just gonna presume that he's dead. So they just start going through their parents' things. Come across these VHS tapes from 1999, and they kind of start reminiscing about certain times around that time. And so they start watching the tape, and like one of the tapes they end up putting in has a very disturbing incident that happened, but it's only like a short clip of it, and they don't really know to what extent this happened or what happened after this clip. And you know, because they were kind of they remember this time in their life, and they were kind of involved in this thing. I don't want to end up saying too much, but it was so good to me. I can see in the beginning where it can be slow, but it's just building you up for the events that are to come. And I don't know, I had the best time with it. Absolutely loved it. 5 stars. Highly recommend it. So glad I picked it up. So glad I bought the book. So now that I have it, absolutely love it. So that was my read a book with 5 words in the title. So here we are, day 5. I've got 2 books down, so that's pretty good. We still have a little bit to go. It's Tuesday, and I think, y'all, I really want to start this book. And as I'm kind of like going through Goodreads just to see like if this is set in the summer, which the events that took place are set in the summer, so we're gonna go with that. Plus the cover kind of gives me just summer vacation vibes for some reason. But this is told in a documentary slash podcast vibe, and I'm totally into that. Like, especially today, like this morning, I was in the mood to listen to some of my podcasts, so I listened to a few of those this morning instead of like jumping right into this book. But I'm ready to jump in. This is by L.R. Dorn. I've never read anything by this author. As I was reading some comments through Goodreads, it did say like the audio is like the way to go because there's a full cast of characters. You get the feel, like you say, of like a podcast or a documentary. So I went ahead and I borrowed it from my library. It's ready to go, so I'm gonna listen to this for the rest of the day. It is currently 1:14 in the afternoon, so I have a little bit of work still left to go. I have some things around the house I want to do this evening, so I'll be having this in my ear. So I'm gonna get started on this book. But yeah, great time. Really, like, I was shocked because I had a feeling, I was worried I wasn't going to like it because I kind of heard mixed feelings. A lot of people were saying that it was really good, or they were in the middle of it and they were loving it, and also had some say that they put it aside for right now. So I was the one that I loved it. I loved it. Okay, let's get rolling. Just a quick update before I call it a night. I'm about, I guess, about halfway, maybe a tad, but no, probably right about halfway. Not quite 200 pages. I'm on page like 180 in The Anatomy of Desire by L.R. Dorn. It's okay. I thought I would be a lot more into it since it's like read like a documentary. It's that's what it basically is. It's a documentary about these two women that went canoeing. One well, it's in the synopsis says one is missing and then one turned up dead, but really you know right away what happened to the you know right away what pretty much happened. So it's not like, I guess there's still a mystery to it, because our main character, who is Cleo, she is our, that's not her real name though, Cleo, Cleo Ray or something like that. I don't remember. I don't have my glasses on. I can't see. She is a influencer, a fitness influencer on, I think mainly like YouTube, but she's also on Instagram and TikTok, and you know, she has all the social media platforms. And she is accused of the murder of Rebecca, whom she went canoeing with, where she was, you know, found dead. So she is on trial, and it's basically, well, right now I don't know if I think the documentary is just like the whole story of the case, but right now we're at the point where she is on trial. I mean, and it is, I mean, there is no like narrator like telling this story. Usually, you know, you have like, you know, what's going on with our characters in the background, and then like the book will come into like the document or the podcast, you know. But this is full out, like, just, I don't know if you can tell, but it's just each section is a person speaking in the document kind of thing, which is makes it easy and an easy and quick read. So yeah, so basically, did Cleo kill her, or what truly happened? And so say they were lovers as well. This influencer is sort of, I guess, a closeted bisexual woman, and the other Beck or Rebecca or whatever they calling her, I can't remember, because they don't mention her name very much. I want to say Becca, maybe, or I could be wrong. Anyway, or I'm not paying close enough attention, because it's not as you know, it's not grabbing me as much as I thought it would, but I'm okay with it. I'm gonna finish it because I want to know like what the hell like truly happened. You kind of feel like you know that something this happened, but then I feel like there's more to the story kind of thing. I mean, we're only halfway through, so there's got to be more to the story. And is Cleo gonna, you know, is she gonna win the trial? Is she gonna stay in prison? You know, I want to know. I want to find out. But it's just meh. It's okay, but I'm gonna finish it. And right now we are in the fall months, but the incident did take place in the summer, and everything kind of started in the summer. But we, as far as like in the documentary, I think we are in like, or in the trial, we are in like the fall months. So I don't know. We might take it, or I might have time to read another book. I still got to read a book in the dark. Still got to do that prompt. But anyway, once again, my camera is about to die, so I'm gonna tell y'all good night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm blurry. Bye. Okay, I just finished The Anatomy of Desire by L.R. Dorn. I'm kind of torn. I enjoyed it, and then it kind of, well, it started like wrapping up and getting to the end, and I was like, that's it? Like, that's how we're gonna end this? But there is a little bit of a twist that I wasn't expecting. So I think I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 star. I did enjoy the whole aspect of it's a documentary, so it's told in full document form. Every person has a voice. It was fantastic to listen to. So I'll give it that much. The story itself was not as exciting as I was hoping or thought it would be. But yet again, it was interesting. It did kind of lag somewhere in the middle. I felt anyway, when we were kind of going through like picking the jurors and stuff like that. Yeah, like it was like legit like documentary type. So it was fun. I did have a good time with it, and that twist at the end was like, okay. I didn't necessarily like it, but you know, sometimes that's just how twists work. You like them or you don't. But it was entertaining. So I mean, if you're feeling it, if you feel like listening to like just a full-on documentary, or if you like podcasts, I can see where it's very relatable to the Serial podcast. So if you thoroughly enjoyed that, you would really enjoy this as well. I thoroughly enjoyed Serial. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was just expecting more, because it's, you know, fiction, it's a story. I think I was just expecting more out of whatever was going on. I don't know, but 3.5 stars. In the meantime, I did get my book of the month in the mail today, so let's open that up. I semi-remember what I got. I know there was an add-on that I got, but I don't remember what book I picked as my selection, because you can't, that's the only thing with book of the month. You have to choose a book of the month in order to do an add-on. You can't just get an add-on. And I wasn't really crazy about any of the selections, but I picked the thriller, and we all know the author. So this is House of Glass by Sarah Pekkanen. She did write Gone Tonight, which I did enjoy. The Wife Between Us, which I also enjoyed. An Anonymous Girl. Did I read that? It's not very memorable, but I think I did read it. It was okay. You Are Not Alone, not very memorable. I think I remember it being just okay. And then The Golden Couple, which I really did enjoy. So I was like, hey, you know, I haven't really necessarily had a miss with this author, so let's go ahead and give it a go. It says, where's my glasses? I can't do anything with my glasses. I have to tell my doctor next time I go, like, I need some contacts that can let me see both near and far, please. It says, on the outside, they were the golden family with the perfect life. On the inside, they built the perfect lie. I can feel a tickle comment. I can feel it. A young nanny who plunged to her death, or was she pushed? A little girl who collects sharp objects and refuses to speak. A lawyer whose job it is to uncover who in the family is a victim and who is a murderer. But how can you find out the truth when everyone here is lying? Okay, there's a bit more in the synopsis, but we're not gonna go into all that. But I mean, it does sound very intriguing. So, and like I said, I haven't really had a miss with Sarah Pekkanen. And then of course, Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. This was the add-on that I had already had in my cart. As soon as it was available as an add-on, I put it in my cart. But I just had to pick a book of the month book. So I am super anxious to get to this, and I do believe this takes place in the summer as well. So maybe we should read this. I don't know if I can let this sit on my shelf too long. This one says, in the latest jaw-dropping thriller from best-selling author Riley Sager, a man must contend with the long-ago disappearance of his childhood best friend and the dark secrets lurking just beyond the safe confines of his picture-perfect neighborhood. The worst thing to ever happen to Hemlock Circle occurred in Ethan Marsh's backyard. on July night, one July night, 10-year-old Ethan and his best friend and neighbor Billy fell asleep in a tent set up on a manicured lawn in a quiet, quaint New Jersey cul-de-sac. So it does take place in the summer, but then we're getting 30 years later. I don't want to read too much into it, really, honestly, but once again, the incident occurred in the summer. So I don't know, we'll see. But those were my book of the month picks for July. That was exciting mail to get. All right, I'm gonna work a little bit more while my dinner or my lunch heats up in the oven. Oh, and this is the bookmark that came. It says it was bound to happen. Cute. Still too hot. But it's good. Good morning. I woke up late this morning, so I look a little tired. I could not go to sleep last night. Could not fall asleep for the life of me. But anyway, we went out to dinner last night and it was nice. We couldn't get into the place where we wanted to go because they had so many people and they couldn't tell us how long it would be. And I was like, wow, okay. But anyway, here we are, day 6. And I'm gonna start another book. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start The Island by Natasha Preston, because this is just giving me SummerWeen vibes. Just the whole, the cover, the whole atmosphere of what the book is about, being on an island resort. So I know it probably takes place during the summer, and we also have a lovely night sky. It kind of fits in there. I still haven't like read a book at night, although I am reading a book at night. I mean, I could just include that one. It's a male romance and I'm almost done. It was so good. It's Trouble by Nyla K. I'll put a picture of it here. It's so good. It's very it's very taboo. It kind of is taboo in a couple ways, but then we get some twist at the end that Nyla K and her twist and her male romances are just, I just love it. I love it. So anyway, I highly recommend Trouble by Nyla K. It does go along with Push and Pull, but you don't necessarily have to read those books. You can read Trouble as a standalone. But I read Push first. I didn't really fully read Pull. I wasn't feeling it. I already knew the characters. And Pull is just pull. You know, like Pull is just a novella, it's like a book 2.5 kind of thing. And I was kind of over the characters from the first book, so I really want to hop into the next book because one of the characters in the first book, this is his story, and I enjoyed him in the first book, so I wanted more of him, and it's well worth it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the island and get some work done. And yeah, I just wanted to update y'all on that, and hopefully maybe look a little better next time you see me. Okay, y'all, I feel a lot fresher. I've done had my coffee. I haven't had lunch quite yet, but I plan on doing that very shortly. But I thought I would give y'all an update on The Island by Natasha Preston. I am 130 pages in, not quite halfway. Honestly, I'm bored. I'm a little bored, but I'm still interested. I feel like I'm still in the story. I wanna find out what happens. But yeah, I'm not like I'm underwhelmed. I was hoping this would be more, or just more exciting or thrilling, but It's really not. Natasha Preston's YA thrillers have been hit or miss for me in the past, but I just thought this one would just do it, because I mean, look at the cover. I know you can't judge a book by its cover, but look at that cover. I mean, it's perfect for SummerWeen. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going. So I'll tell you a little bit about the book. So we have 6 influencers, young influencers, young adults, who are invited to this island resort that this guy has built, and he wants them to come onto the resort and, you know, like present it to their their subscribers, their, you know, their community, to promote it basically and get people to come to the island, even though it's like extremely expensive to go to this island. So not much has really happened, you know, like so they get to the island. I mean, we kind of get to know the characters. We have like 2 beauty influencers, 1 female, 1 male. We have Paisley is our narrator, and she is a true crime. She's not a podcaster, but I guess she puts her stuff on like YouTube. I mean, all social platforms. I think she does do a podcast actually, but she's into, you know, true crimes. And then we have, so Will and Ava are the beauty gurus. Then we Paisley, who's true crime. Then we have James, who is a movie buff, I think. I wrote it all down. Yeah, James is a movie buff. We have Harper, who is a book blogger. And Liam is a gamer. Okay. So anyway, people are starting to go missing. A storm is coming. Things are happening on the island. Phone service is glitchy when it shouldn't be. They're finding things. Things are missing. So I mean, yeah, in that concept, it seems like it's very, you know, exciting, but I don't know what it is about. Maybe it's just the storytelling is just not grabbing me. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna keep going and see what happens. But just wanted to give y'all that update. And I am about to eat lunch. So, but that is all I got for now. I didn't like this. Which makes me sad because, for one, I was hoping to end this vlog with a bang, and 2, I just really wanted to like this because of the cover. But I got really bored. I just wasn't really crazy about the whole reason behind all the goings on once they got to the island. I thought it was, I don't know what I thought it was gonna be. Honestly, I don't. So yeah, like I said before, we follow these influencers who are coming to this island to help the guy that built the island, the amusement park on the island, to promote it through their social medias. So they're encouraged to, you know, keep their cameras out and everything, keep the cameras rolling on, you know, all the rides and different things that are happening in the amusement parks. Of course, it starts off with one of our characters going missing, and a storm is coming in. I was hoping for more with the storm, but all they really said was, you know, the storm's coming in, and a little while later it was like, oh, the storm's here, there's gust of winds. I don't know what I was expecting. I just wanted more, and I didn't get what I wanted in here. So yeah, after the first person goes missing, things start to happen after that. And but I got very bored with it, to the point where it was just kind of background noise. I didn't really know what was going on for a while. And For a hot minute, I thought about DNFing it, but I felt like I was too far into it to invest it, and I was like, I might as well keep going and see what the reason for this, I guess, massacre that was happening on the island. And really, not really a massacre. I don't know. I think a massacre would have been better. Yeah, I'm screwing this up. I don't know, but I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. Maybe it was too immature for me. Maybe it was just too young adult for me, maybe, possibly. And I just don't get I felt like the reason behind, like I said, the reason behind everything that took place, the killings, I guess, was just not, it wasn't enough for me to be like, yay, I get it. I don't know. Anyway, we didn't go out with a bang. That's okay. But we had 2 really good books, 1 okay book, and then 1 I didn't like. So 4 books read for this read-a-thon. The New Couple in 5B, highly recommend. Home is Where the Bodies Are, highly recommend. That was my favorite out of all 4 of the books that I have read. That was my 5-star. At least I got a 5-star out of this, so there you go. And a 4.5, so. And then, and The Anatomy of Desire was okay. It was. If you know, if you really like, I wouldn't say it's a like documentary in a book. I mean, it is a book, but it's like the whole book is the documentary. Yeah, that's it. Every voice or every person involved in a documentary has a voice. So we do get a cast of characters on the audio. I did listen to all of these. The audio is fantastic for all of them except for this one. I didn't really care for the audio on this book, and that might have been my problem, because I just felt like the voice was just too mellow. She was just too mellow, and like things were happening and she's like, oh, let's run. Like there was nothing there in her voice. I don't know. I'm trashing that book. 2 stars. I put 2 stars up on Goodreads, but I don't even know if, I guess 2 stars because I made it through the end, and it was a okay ending, but I still didn't get the whole point of, you know, having to, I don't want to give too much away. Anyway, it was fun. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I had a good time. So it is Friday, July 12th, the final day of the read-a-thon. I thought maybe I could possibly get another book in, because I finished this one early this morning when I started work. But my day didn't really, you know, I had things that required thought and my full attention, so I couldn't really start another book. So we're gonna go ahead and end the vlog. It is 12, it just flipped over to 12:47. I have a appointment with my esthetician this afternoon, and then Michael and I have to drain some of the pool and treat it because we're having some trouble with algae. So we're gonna be working on that today. So I knew I wouldn't really have time to squeeze in another book. So we're gonna go ahead and call it the vlog. We're gonna end it right here. Thank y'all so much for watching, as always. Let me know in the comments if you participated, what books you read. Are you gonna read any that I read in this vlog? Let me know all the things down in the comments down below, and I will see y'all very, very soon in another video. Bye, y'all.